Hello and welcome to all you Virgos. This is your yearly horoscope for 2021. Not too long video, in general, not personal. So take what resonates for you, and I hope at the end of the video you will be able to say, okay, for the Virgos, for us Virgos in general, this is going to happen. This is going to be important. I'm going to talk mostly about two things that are very important. First of all, for the Virgos, the nodes. Absolutely, because they're happening in mutable signs and you're one of them. And then secondly, a bit less important for you, more important for fixed signs, is the Saturn-Uranus square. That is going to be very significant next year. And then a couple of other things like Neptune and Pluto, what it is doing. But mainly, we can say that 2021, because a lot of, I'm talking about the outer planets here, so the long-term transits, a lot of those planets are still in fellow earth signs, and that is good for Virgos. So you, as being a Virgo, an earth sign, is really taking advantage almost, so to speak, of Uranus in Taurus. Uranus, which is the planet of newness, which is the planet of excitement, which is the planet of let's free ourselves up a little bit. And who is going to feel this? So a lot of Virgos feeling this, but most Virgos who've got planets, let's say between, you could say 6 degrees up until 14 degrees of Virgo. So that would be the Virgos born around the 29th of August and onwards up until 14 degrees, that would be like up until the 7th of September. So you Virgos who've got planets, a sun, a moon, a rising sign, the changes that you're making are going a bit easier than other Virgos. So this is really, really good. And I mean the changes when it comes to, because this Uranus is in your 9th house of your vision of it's a very spiritual house. It's the house of study. It's the house of your ooh, oh my goodness, isn't that, oh my god, I'm just gonna keep on recording, but because this is Uranus. This is absolutely Uranus. My goodness me, that was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? But I know Virgos, they want to know the truth. Now this is the truth. This is like energy of Uranus. Hopefully in a positive way, because look, now you can see a little bit the room. You can see a bit more of the room here. Not that it's very special. But anyways, let's keep on going. I hope it's not trembling too much there. And what a weird thing to happen. This has never ever happened before. You know what Uranus is all about? This is a lot about new things coming your way and, you know, dealing with it hands-on. Dealing with it hands-on. And I'm a Virgo too, so of course, if I'm not only having the sun in Virgo, by the way, having lots of planets in Virgo, but just dealing hands-on and with some excitement and some laughter. And that's good, right? That's not bad. You know, you had a bit of an interruption there that hopefully you liked. Now, other Virgos who are having a Plutonian trine from Capricorn, your 5th house. Who are these Virgos? These are having transformations when it comes to the heart. These are having more than ever authentic relationships, real relationships. You can't put stuff under the carpet with Pluto there. Absolutely not. You have to put light on your shadow, which can be a bit frightening. But this is a trine energy. So that means it goes gentle. You know, you're not getting negative vibes with this. And for who is this? Well, actually, for Virgos like me, you know, I have my birthday on the 16th. And it's definitely those Virgos. So if you've got a birthday between, let's say, between the 14th of September up until the 17th, the 18th of September, you're gonna feel this transformation the most. So doing more things from the heart. You know, when you are the people pleaser, Virgo, forget it. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, especially in your romantic relationships or with your relationships with children even. There's more authenticity coming up for you. You can't just pretend anymore, or they can't pretend anymore for you. So more authentic relationships. I mean, that is what everyone wants, right? So if you are a single Virgo and you can meet someone, it's going to be quite intense, quite transformational as well. When you are in a relationship and you've been people pleasing too much, or they have been people pleasing too much towards you, it's not, you know, there is shifts coming up. But again, as I said, not very unsettling because it's a trine energy. Now, very important is this Saturn-Uranus square. A lot of astrologers will be talking about that. Saturn is squaring up to Uranus, the old and the new. I want to implement something new. I want to free myself up. Uranus for you in the 9th house. I want to have new ideas. I want to study something new. I want to travel. I want to expand my vision. And that clashes with Saturn and Aquarius in your 6th house of your day-to-day work. Your work in general, and even health as well. So you could be wanting to study, wanting to work, for instance, but basically doing both is okay. It's just a bit of juggling energy here. It's a bit the new and the old, you know, the same old when it comes to your work, and the new, which is Uranus, which is I want to expand, I want to have new vision, I want to have a broader vision. More of a helicopter view there. So, but for a lot of people, it will mean that when it comes to work, when it comes to your day-to-day routine, Saturn there can feel quite disciplinary, can feel quite, I have to do same old, my responsibilities. It is, I have to say, Saturn in your 6th house, you can deal with that, Virgos. You can deal with that, Virgos, because it's your house. And Virgos know that if you want to make your life a bit more pleasant at the end of the day, you must have some routines there. You must have some structure there. Of course, for younger Virgos, that might be a bit of a problem. So, especially the ones who are learning and studying. So that could be, you know, when you are studying as a Virgo, you need the discipline. With Saturn in your 6th house, then you're going to succeed for sure, for sure. Better learning every day an hour than like 10 hours in the weekend. That's not gonna add up to anything good. Again, the Saturn-Uranus square, a lot of astrologers are going to talk about that. Don't worry too much about that. That's not going to be your issue of 2021. The thing that is going to be more interesting is Jupiter in your 7th house for a couple of months, which is between the May 14th up until July 28th. For those of you who are single, this is good energy. You could be meeting someone new here. Jupiterian, buoyant, yeah, flamboyant, maybe from a different culture or a different background. Or even when you are not single, you could attract new people that are very meaningful for you, that are expanding your horizons, that are expanding your life, that you feel more meaning in your connections than ever. Of course, this Jupiter is gonna jump again into your 6th house, but next year, 2022, you're gonna have Jupiter in your opposite house. But as I said, also Jupiter for January up until May, and then from August up until the rest of the year, you're going to have Jupiter in your 6th house. So there is, notwithstanding the fact you're doing a lot of routines, you're doing a lot of hard work, there is expansion for those of you who want a new job. It is possible with Jupiter there. For those of you who want more understanding, expanding, want to connect more on an international level. I know it sounds crazy now these days, but it is possible with Jupiter there in your 6th house, and more work, a lot of work. Don't be Virgos like that, you know, then we feel that we are being of service. Now, talking about relationships again, Neptune is, of course, same old, the same as last year. You're going to have Neptune in your 7th house of relationships. Not all Virgos are feeling that strongly. But, of course, the later born Virgos are going to feel that, because Neptune is now between 18 to 23 degrees of September. So that is going to be the Virgos again, you know. 18 degrees. What did I say? Yes, 80 degrees to 23 degrees. That will be the ones who are born around the 11th of September, the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 16th, 17th, feeling it already, of September. They are having Neptune opposite their sun sign. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses. When it comes to relationships, dear Virgos, this is very important. You are going to be way more compassionate, way more understanding than you already are when it comes to relationships. Make sure that this is not your pitfall. Make sure that you keep your feet on the ground, because when you're single and you're meeting someone, it could be a very Neptunian person, very difficult to pinpoint. The universe is not doing that to harm you. The universe is doing that so that you learn that you cannot dictate relationships. You cannot change other people. So be aware of that pitfall, that, oh yeah, I want to save them, I want to help them. Stop doing that, you know. Save yourself. Help yourself. And but for those of you who have been a bit single for a long time and they're a bit scared, they could really fall for someone now. And that's nice, gentle, romantic, magical energy for sure. So if you haven't been feeling for a long time, it is possible. Believe me, with this Neptune opposing your sun, especially the sun sign, but also moon, ascendant as well. So make sure that your intentions are very clear, are very you could say that you have your own boundaries. Then you can't go wrong, I think, you know, with the Neptune there. So when you are in a relationship, could mean like, where is this relationship going? It could just be a year where you have a bit like insecurities around your relationship, because where is it going? Just don't force it. Don't force it. No, is that a song? Let it happen naturally, something like that. Anyways, I'm going on and on, but you had an interruption, so you're getting this a little bit longer, of course. So yes, but that is when it comes to relationships. But in general, you know, if you're not that particular Virgo between those degrees there, in general, you're learning more about empathy. You're learning more about compassion. You're learning more about I'm gentle towards me, so I'm more gentle towards other people. Because a pitfall of the Virgo is that they are picky and that they are very judgmental. You'll learn, I've seen it over and over again with this Neptune opposing Virgo energy. Virgos learn not to be that judgmental, first and foremost towards self. And then, of course, towards others, being more gentle there. Then last but not least, the nodes. The nodes are, the North Node is in mutable signs like yours. And the North Node is at the peak of your horoscope, which is in your 10th house of work. So if you do work, if you are still active in society, I mean, through work, there's definitely expansion happening for you. The South Node is in the 4th house, so it's not so much about emotional security. Of course, that's always important, but it's more about getting out there, having your expansion when it comes to your social activities, what you do for society, so to speak. And even when you don't have a job, that could mean your role in society. It could also mean that with the nodes there, that there are happening shifts with I've seen people getting married, getting divorced, with the nodes on the axis of the MCIC. And but very important is that You focus on the new when it comes to work. And in Gemini, you know, anything that has to do with communication, anything that has to do with marketing is very favored. Anything that has to do with social media, anything that has to do with writing, teaching, communicating, selling, learning is very much favored there. So, and very good if you have your own company or just started your own company. Expansion is there for sure, because the North Node is about that. Of course, you need to focus your energy there. And you can have a big expansion going on when it comes to your own company or with your career. Having said that, thank you so much for your patience, dear fellow Virgos. See you next time. Bye-bye.